I'm close to many of the elements that help me to take care of myself. So I'm out here with my chickens, my cats are around, they may pop up during the next couple minutes. I'm also standing next to my compost bin. To me, compost is symbolic of the profound sacredness of life and the mystery of death and the promise of change and growth and resurrection. I used to say to my friends that compost is a material substance of resurrection. So Horace is behind me, making his presence known. He and the hens are in their enclosure directly behind me here. This process of being available and helping others is challenging, and it requires us to take good care of ourselves. And so I can tell you that I've been a therapist for decades, and I am also a therapy client, and I've done that for decades. It's part of the way I take care of myself. I've done a lot of family of origin work. I do couples therapy with my husband, and I'm mindful of the ways that my own life experience is sometimes right there with me and resonating with the clients who I'm helping. And I have got to keep a boundary. So you've probably heard about differences between sympathy, empathy, and compassion. So sympathy is when you give your feelings or you assign feelings to somebody else. You say, I'm sorry for you, or I feel bad about what's going on with you. It's it's not terribly helpful. It's not helpful at all because it conveys a certain sense that this person is worthy of being worried about. That there's some reason that you are going to spill your feelings onto them. Empathy is when you resonate very strongly with another person's feelings, when they are feeling sad and you feel sad as well, right beside them. Again, not terribly helpful. What's most helpful is compassion. And compassion means that you are present, you're with the person, but you're not bleeding into them and they're not bleeding into you. And what this requires of us is that we're very cognizant of our own boundary. We're very cognizant of the fact that we have an existence that separates us from others and allows us to be close to them and to relate to them, but we don't have to get swept into their distress. We can instead honor their experience with them. We can witness their experience. We can share it as one individual and another. And I got to tell you, as a therapist, early in my career, I would be sitting with a family and they'd be going through some horrible pain. Maybe there was an abuse that had to be explored, and maybe the family needed to separate for a time or maybe for all time. And I'd be sitting with some part of that family, or maybe there was domestic violence and I was listening to the story of a survivor. What I would say to myself inside my own thoughts was distance, 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 because I knew that if I was going to be present for them and witness and honor their experience and be connected in a way that was entirely respectful, I had to have a boundary. It's also the reason that I'm able to do this work. Many times friends have said to me, how do you do this? How do you speak with people who are in great pain and not take it home and collapse and fall apart? It's all about that boundary of knowing that it's a great honor and a great privilege to be of assistance to people, but they are not me, I am not them. And my being able to be grounded in my own experience, my own self, is what allows me to be fully present for them. So, very important to take care of yourself. And for me, that means being outside. It means being with my chickens and my rabbits and my cats and my dogs and taking care of a landscape. I'm building a regenerative permaculture landscape here. It's one of the great joys of my life. And also, I exercise every day. I work out with weights and I go running every other day. And this is all nurturing to me. I'm connected to friends and to my husband in ways that are reciprocally giving. And all of this is important, keeps me well and able to be of assistance to other people.